Acquired by eBay for 1.5 billion USD, today PayPal has 154 million active registered accounts and is available in 203 markets. PayPal is taking care of more than 9 million payments every day. Welcome the next Webit speaker, the General Manager for CEE region of PayPal. Welcome on stage, Mr. DAMIEN PERILLAT.
Hi everyone, merhaba, Webit. It's a great pleasure to be here. So my name is DAMIEN PERILLAT. I work for PayPal. Actually, until Tuesday, I was working for eBay Inc. And I took a plane on Tuesday with Turkish Airlines. And while I was on my way to Istanbul, I became a PayPal Inc. employee since eBay announced that PayPal will be spin off from eBay in the course of 2015. It's a great pleasure to be here at Webit in Istanbul. I was here as a speaker 2 years ago, and I guess 2 years ago, many of the topics were about mobile, appification, new currencies, omni-channel, offline business going online. Today I'm going to talk not about technology, but more the impact on technology on the way we do things and the way we do commerce. So this is why and what PayPal stands. We are not here to talk about technology. Actually, we are here to provide a platform to people to do commerce and to get connected together. And PayPal has been around for 15 years. And actually, our purpose, our vision hasn't changed much around the last 15 years. At the same time, the world changed a lot over the last 15 years. The way we communicate, the way we get informed, the way we learn, but also the way we do commerce. So we all know that offline and online are blurring. Commerce is going digital. There is another trend that is very important, is that commerce is less and less with borders. Actually, there is more and more commerce taking place cross-border. Actually, if you take the entire B2C global e-commerce, you already have 10% of the transaction happening cross-border. And actually, if you look at the region, you know, Turkey, Middle East, Eastern Europe, I mean, a big part of the transactions are taking place cross-border in my region, Eastern Europe, it's more than 50%. If you take certain verticals like digital goods, when you buy a game, a movie, a song, I mean, the notion of territory is not that relevant anymore. And what is also very important is you see that the growth of cross-border e-commerce is twice more important than the growth of e-commerce. So for anyone playing online, I mean, cross-border is a big reservoir of growth, with the market expected to grow around 25% year over year. What is very interesting is when you look at where people go for shopping, it's still the very old fame destination, UK, US. So question for you, I mean, you are based in Dubai, you are based in Belgrade, Serbia, you are based in Warsaw, Poland. What is the point in going to the US to shop something that you could be buying in the region? And actually, what is very interesting is what people buy. They buy clothes. I mean, if you live in Dubai, why go on a US website to buy a shirt that you could buy from a Turkish website? Doesn't make any sense. So it's not about saying that it's domestic against a cross-border. Actually, it's how can successful domestic players can emerge as regional commerce players. And actually, we believe that in this region, a country like Turkey is a very good example of that, to really capture the opportunity that represent Middle East, Eastern Europe, etc. Then when you look at the reason why people go cross-border, it's not because they don't like their domestic site. Actually, they go cross-border because they can find things that they cannot find locally, or they can find at a lower price. I mean, I like you, but if you can give, I mean, if someone else can give me something better and cheaper, I still like you, but I'm going to go where it's cheaper and better. And at the same time, you still have a lot of friction, especially when you order physical goods. I mean, how is it going to be delivered? What happens if the thing that I get delivered is not what I want, if I need to return it? If I'm ordering from something local, it's very easy to return it. If I start buying from the overseas, I mean, it starts to be a bit complicated. And the same thing for payment. And I'm a guy from PayPal, so this is my business to tell you that there is a problem, to propose a solution. But this is a tweet from 2 weeks ago from Mark Anderson, the founder of Netscape and one of the most respected venture capitalists in Silicon Valley. And his tweet from 2 weeks ago, was all about the pain that he was going through to make a cross-border payment from the US, and people retweeting saying, hey, we have the same issues when we go and buy on a US shop. Because actually, most of the payment system that we are still using are still very old and were built on a domestic logic. You don't have that many payment systems that are truly global. And then also there are all the aspects regarding consumer preferences. In some market, people don't like to pay with their card. They prefer to pay with a bank account. And so this is creating a friction. For a merchant, it's hard to take payment. You are going to face a fraud. You are going to have transaction decline. So it's going to impact your bottom line. As a consumer, potentially, you are not going to be accepted to make the transaction. I want to buy this item, but they don't let me through. So this is what we try to solve as PayPal. So we are this payment provider, a wallet. We connect people, sellers, buyers. We have been doing that for 15 years in over 200 markets. In the last 12 months, we launched markets like Egypt, like Nigeria. We launched Serbia. So all those countries where we have people who are interested in go shopping, internationally, domestically. And we do that at scale. Every day, we process 9 million transactions. So 9 million transactions a day, it's 100 transactions per second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, everybody in the room has made a PayPal transaction. It's crazy. And you cannot get it wrong. I mean, you need to have it work 100% of the time. Because even if you make it work 99.9% of the time, I mean, you still have 9,000 transactions per day that are not working. So I can tell you, payment is a serious business. It's about user interface. It's about bringing innovation. But it's also about having a very robust risk fraud management system because we are taking care of your money. So no one to get anyone to mess with their money. It's a very serious business. And you need also customer support, whatever the country you are, whatever your language. And here, the notion of territory is not that relevant. If you are someone in Turkey buying, I don't know, in the UK, I mean, it's not about calling a UK call center or Turkish call center. It's about calling someone who is going to find a solution for you. 25% of the business that we do at PayPal is cross-border. So when we put that on the map, this is a kind of heat map that we see. So with a big shopping destination. What we want to see is more and more regional commerce hub. We believe that Turkey is a great regional commerce hub. Not only for Turkey, but for the rest of the region. Southeastern Europe, Middle East, etc. Again, you are in Dubai. What's the point in going to the US to buy something that you could buy from a neighboring country? Even more relevant when you are within the European Union, where you don't have any barriers to import, export. So if you are an e-merchant in Romania, with PayPal, your customers are anywhere in the world. And actually, if you want to do business in Europe, it's pretty easy. It's not that more expensive, that more complicated to ship something from Bucharest to a second largest city in Romania than to ship it to London. What else can we do as PayPal to really encourage cross-border trade? We can do two things. Commerce is all about trust. I don't trust you, I'm not going to do commerce with you. And one of the reasons why people use PayPal, beside the technology, beside, yeah, it's mobile ready, yes, it's a great technology, is because we protect them. You buy with PayPal, there is something fraudulent with your transaction, you will be reimbursed. You buy something, you don't receive it, you will be reimbursed. You buy something, you buy a blue t-shirt, you receive a red t-shirt, you will be reimbursed. And what we are doing is expanding this protection. It's a program that we just launched in 5 countries in Europe, and that we're going to expand it to a few countries by the end of the year. It's called free return shipping. You buy something with PayPal, you want to return it to the retailer, wherever. You are in Turkey, you buy something in Istanbul, you want to return it, we pay for it. You want to return it in Hong Kong, we return it. And so what we are trying to do is to remove the barriers, to make people feel safe. Because again, commerce is about trust. That's why in some countries you have people paying with cash. It's not because they like cash, it's because paying with cash when you deliver me the product is my ultimate protection to be sure that you deliver me and I get the right item, and then I pay you. Well, it's good, but then if you want to scale your business, if you want to start doing business with more people in more countries, it's hard to rely on very old payment means. So that's why protection is very important for us. Second thing is, how can we help merchants to go abroad? You're a large merchant, you have enough resources to really think about your geo-expansion strategy. You're a smaller merchant, a small, medium-sized business is, how do you do to translate, localize your site? How do you do to handle the taxes, the VAT? How do you do to handle the logistic? And what we decided to do is to partner with some companies to offer a cross-border plug-and-play solution. We just launched it in France, UK, Germany, and again, we are going to expand it. So we select for you partners who are going to help you to take your business cross-border. To finish, it's an example of a Turkish website with which we work and we like a lot because it's a website that has been fully capturing the cross-border opportunity. What we like the most about PayPal is when we take a very small merchant and the merchant becomes very successful, goes cross-border, scale, using our product, using our network of people, because the day you start accepting PayPal, by default, you start accepting payment from more than 115 million people. And 115 million people, not who once, a few years ago, signed up with PayPal. It's people who are active, 150 million plus people buying with us every month. And this is great for that. And again, we believe that this region is a great opportunity for this cross-border trade, borderless commerce. And we have been investing a lot in the region. In Turkey, again, in enabling new countries in Eastern Europe, in Africa, Middle East, and we want to keep investing in this region. So again, my name is Damien PERILLAT. This is my email address. Feel free to shoot me an email, to grab me later at the Webit. We are here to help you go cross-border and to be successful. Thank you.